Hey everyone, welcome to the very first video in my brand new series, built with React and Tailwind CSS in under 15 minutes. Now, this series is all about building small practical UI components that you can actually use in real projects, all while keeping things fast, focused, and beginner friendly. Whether you're just getting started with React or looking to revise your front-end skills with bite-sized projects, you're in the right place. In each episode, we'll create a beautiful, responsive UI component from scratch in less than 15 minutes. So let's dive into our first project, the Instagram profile card. Alright, before we get started with the code, let me show you exactly what we'll be building. It's this clean and modern Instagram style profile card, built entirely using React and Tailwind CSS. No additional libraries, just the very basic essentials. Looks neat, right? Let's get into it. Okay, the very first step is to set up a React project and install Tailwind CSS in it. So I'm going to use Vite. So I'll write this command npm create Vite at latest. Now this will prompt me to give the project name. So I'll just call this Insta profile card, and we are going to choose React with JavaScript. Okay, the project has been created. So we'll go inside. Okay, it says Insta profile, and we are going to install all the dependencies, npm I or npm install. So this will take a couple of seconds depending upon your system. Meanwhile, we'll visit the Tailwind documents to see how we can install Tailwind. So we are going to use this using Vite section because we have created our React project using Vite. So I'll just drag this up a little bit higher. Okay. So we are going to install this Tailwind CSS package. And once it's installed, we'll go to the Vite config and we'll make these changes. In the index.css, we'll remove everything and we'll only keep this import statement. In fact, we don't need this app.css, so I'm going to delete it. And in the app.jsx, I'll remove all these non-essential import statements. And we'll do our usual check, just a div here and another div inside. So let's give it some class names just to make sure that it is working fine. So hello world. And we don't need this sound state. Yes, now let me run this npm run dev. Okay, so as you can see, it's present and Tailwind CSS is also working. That means it's been installed correctly. Now, let's get started with our changes. So the first step is to set up the background. So this is going to be the background div. So you can remove all this, we don't need them. And we wanted to stretch the entire screen, right? We want the card to be centered in the between place. So the card itself is going to be white in color. So we're going to give just a different shade of gray to the background of the main page. And we want it to expand to the entire screen, so minimum edge screen. And we want to give a gray shade, right? So BG gray 100. And we want to centralize the card. So I'm going to use a flexbox. This is the best way to center something. Justify center. Okay. Yeah. So it's coming in the middle. And now instead of this hello world, we are going to use another component. Component is the card itself. So we'll create a new component. So we can write the name here, Instagram profile card. If I save this, it will give me error because there is no such component right now. So what we can do, we can create a new folder, components. Yeah. And in here, I'll give the same name, Instagram profile card.jsx. Okay, I'm going to do RFCE. So we have this template over here, and we'll need to import this. So I'm going to write import Instagram. Yeah. Okay, detected very well. Now this is going to be our main component, okay, where we are going to make all our changes. So I'm going to remove this, and I'll just keep a simple div, and we can start with the basic class names over here. So I want the background to be white, and I want a little bit of a shadow because it creates a 3D perspective. So shadow large, and I want the corners to be rounded. So rounded XL, like LG, MD, you can give the different units over there, and some decent padding, say padding of 6. And I want the text to be centralized, so text center. Okay, so this is the exterior dev of this Instagram profile card that we are making. And in the start, we'll have an image tag. This will be the profile picture. So we'll give the source later on. So for now, I can just write alternative text as profile, and we'll provide the class names later as well. I just want to, create a skeleton structure as of now. So this is going to be the username, I believe. Yeah. So let's what did we use? Wandering pixels. So yeah, we'll use the same here. You can of course use anything you want. It's up to you. And this is going to be the full name. So we had used Adam Reynolds. So yeah, I'm going to stick to it. And this is going to be the image, username, and the name. And to the bottom, we had, if you remember, the different three columns, right? The posts and the followers and the following. And below that, we had the following kind of a button, a follow button. So we'll have these three over here, and then those three columns in a separate div. Okay. So I'm going to write div, and inside here another div. So each div will have like p tag, which will hold the number of that particular column value. So posts is 132 posts. So below we will have just posts here, and this div I'm just going to copy paste it. Shift Alt below key, so it will just copy everything. And of course, these numbers you can come off. You can give whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. In fact, if you're going to create a brand new project, end to end, a large project, you can use this as a, very small component of the full stack project. So yeah, this looks good. Let me save this. Of course, the UI is going to look horrible, definitely. But yeah, we will beautify this in a minute. Okay. And I'm just going to give a button at the end. So this button will say follow. Okay, let's start with the class names first. So let's start with the button. Why not? Right now, it would look something like this, of course, without any CSS. Okay, so what do we want? We want to give it some kind of a background color, right? So background color will be pink, say 500, and when we hover over it, it should turn into a cursor pointer because it's a button. So of course, and the color should also change, but not too much. So just a little bit of a shade change, and the text should not be black. So because we are giving a pink background, let's stick with the white text. So text white, and rounded. We want the button, the edges to be fully rounded, so it's like a curved half circles at both of them, and a transition. So when I hover over it, it is a smooth transition. Let's save this. See how it looks. Okay, we need some padding and margin over here, definitely. So that will make it better. Okay, so I want to separate it from the above data. So I'll give a margin top of 6. And if you remember, the left and right padding was very less. So I'll give padding, horizontal padding of 4 and vertical padding of 2. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this definitely looks much better. And we have this smooth transition as well. So I think for the button part, we are good. Let's move on to the top. Okay, So this, of course, is going to be three different columns, right? These are going to be three different columns. So let's make them a flex box. That would be the fastest way to do it. So justify between, uh, justify between. Sorry, I typed it wrong. And let's give them text. I want to be small, so text should be small, and gap, of course, should be 6. Let's see how it looks. So, okay, it's taking shape, but of course, we need to do a little bit more changes. So, gap is 6, and let's give some padding as well. And the top also, we want a little bit of gap. So, margin top 4, and each of these also will have to change. So, we want this to be bold, the numerical part. And this one should be gray. So, text gray 500. Yeah, I think that would be better. I'll just copy this. Let's see how it looks once we save this. Actually, I should have copied this element at the end, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, this definitely looks much better. So now we'll just need to work up this title and the name and the image. Okay, so if we go up, here we have the name, right? So name also, it is small. We don't want it to too big. The username should be big, bold, and we can give the same changes whatever we did below. Text gray 500. Okay, and this is H2 element. We want it to be big, so of course we want the difference between the photo and this title, username. So text large, and we want it to be bold as well. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Okay, the only thing remaining is the photo over here. Okay, so for this, we are going to use open source photo library called Pixels. And there's also another one I don't remember, but yeah, if you just search for photos, you can, use them in your profile or in your project wherever you want. You can just credit the creators, but yeah, this is definitely good. So I already picked one such photo which I showed in the demo, right? So I'll just copy the image address and paste it as the source over here. Okay, so I did this, and of course you can pick any other image as well. Okay, so this is coming like this. We want to change this, of course. So I'll come over here, drag the bar, and class name. Okay, so let's stick with 24. That seems to be a good unit. Okay, but of course we need to make a lot more changes. If we want it to be a circle, right? So rounded, full, and the border of course has to be present. So border of 4, and let's make the border pink, the same color which we gave to the button. And let's see what it looks like now. Okay, the image looks a bit stretched and it is not in the center. So we can give MX auto. So this will centralize the element. Okay, good. And now we need to fix the image, right? So in order to do that, we can give object cover. So this is really good. Maybe we can make a separate video about this to talk about the different kinds of object fit available, styles in CSS. But yeah, if we do this, it should look natural. There you go. Then we are done with the project. So yeah, this is it. And yeah, I'll just show you that this is responsive as well. So if I do inspect element, so if you see this is iPad Air, let's start with iPhone SE on phones as well. It looks quite impressive. Doesn't stretch, nothing goes out of the screen, and yeah, this looks quite good for me. Of course, if you have any more ideas, you can incorporate them as well. So yeah, we are done with the video. Feel free to post comments, and if you have any thoughts, have any questions, I'll definitely reply. And the link to this code will be available in the description below on my GitHub. So yeah, thank you. Please do subscribe, like, and share. It will help me and motivate me a lot. And yeah, stay tuned in for more upcoming videos like this. Thank you and bye bye.